Hey guildies, MoxHuman here. Welcome to the WoW Weekly Update. The background footage from today is from our most recent Trial Raiders run, where we managed to successfully kill Normal N'Zoth. If you haven't had a chance to join us already, we're now streaming our trial raid as well as our main raid over on my Twitch channel, which is linked in the video description. Trial raid is on a Wednesday night starting just before 7 PM, with the core team being streamed on Saturday nights starting a touch before 7. We'd love to have you there, and see you then. This week we have some interesting news. All of the Alliance High Elf stands can finally rejoice. Blue eyes and High Elf skin tones have been confirmed by a blue post to be coming to the Void Elves in Shadowlands. Now all of you Alliance can finally experience the Horde epidemic that is every single player playing a female Blood Elf. Don't despair, Horde fam. Blood Elves are also getting blue eyes because, well, why wouldn't they be? Although the textures between the two races do differ slightly, with slightly different colours, but I mean, come on, High Elves? I can't wait to murder an absolute truckload of them when it's all we ever see when we go up against Alliance in arenas and battlegrounds. The customization news doesn't end there though. More dynamiting from the clever folks over at Wowhead has shown that we may be getting the option to customize Druid form tints right at the character creation screen. This will allow Druids to transmog weapons that aren't their artifact weapon, yay! And allow them to have a hair colour separate to their fur colour. But what really has Druids excited is the ability to select a different colour for cat form and bear form, meaning you don't have to be purple all the time. Why not purple cat and of course glowing bear? The possibilities are literally endless, so long as it's one of the 5 currently data mined tints. In more data mining Shadowlands news, we finally got the model for the new maldraxxus Chimera. And man, this thing is awesome. 2 skull heads, fleshy wings. This thing is my typo-negative edgelord fantasy mount and I am living for it. On live server news, this week's Mythic Plus affix is nice and easy, unless you're a tank or a healer. So DPS mains go ham. Mechanics are for the other players, right? This week we have Tyrannical, upping boss health and damage, Bursting, which causes non-boss enemies to add a stacking dot to all party members for 4 seconds, Skittish, which causes enemies to pay far less attention to that pesky threat meter, and of course the Awakened affix. We've also got the Corruption vendor updating again, with this week being your chance to buy Severe 3 for that lovely crit, and Infinite Stars 3. The vendor is only live for 3 days at a time though, so by the time this video goes live, you may only have a day or so left to go out and buy them. This week's Horrific Vision is in Orgrimmar, and new affixes have been added to swap back in. This week we have Bloodthirsty in the Tainted areas, Dark Delusions in the Corrupted areas, and Split Personality in the Lost areas. Pretty easy affixes, so you should be able to farm those extra masks if you haven't got them already. In Blizzard news, the Big Blue have finally announced that they will be cancelling BlizzCon 2020, with a replacement online event possibly coming in early 2021. To make up for this, Ian and crew have announced that they'll be having a big Shadowlands announcement in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for that. In personal news for the week, our guild is now 8 of 12 in Heroic Ny'alotha, with big hopes for our next run to finally kill Heroic Vex and Il'gynoth. My warrior got a new trinket from the weekly chest, pushing me up to 468 item level, and in my never-ending quest for versatility, I'm now just over 12% verse, without procs. Still not quite there for my goal of 30% verse, but it is slowly climbing. Our guild is about to have our first member crack 2000 Mythic Plus score on Raider.io, and by the time this video comes out, I'm sure they'll already be there. I personally cracked 1000 Raider.io this week with my plus 15 run, and in last night's raid I had the 2-handed drop I need for my off-spec to be able to DPS in a 15 properly without needing to be hard carried. Well, that's all the news for this week. I'm MoxHuman, and thank you for tuning in.